Just gonna take a normal bike ride. Haven't rode up to Cane Bay in a while. Trying to get the YouTube to stream on the 360. It's the 360, but I couldn't get the software to connect for some reason. So we'll just stick with this selfie view. But I am still recording on the Insta360 just for the ride itself. Testing the live feed. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't even know what it says on the screen. Coming up to Maple Street. Turns into Nexton Boulevard. It's the new, well, it's not really new anymore, but it's the overpass that goes into Nexton from Somerville. Somerville is not really a bike-friendly city. That's why I mostly stay on the sidewalks. Honestly, don't trust any of these guys on the street. I've seen road bikers ride the street. They're more hardcore than I am. I mostly just do it for the fun and exercise. I'm gonna try the chest mount today. Got a different chest mount where it orients this 360 camera sideways, so it's not so top heavy. See if I can cross this without getting hit. Metal on the ground. Now it sucked to ride over and blow your tire. I've blown a tire once. Or a couple times actually. Two on this route. It's about 2:45 in the afternoon. On a Friday. Roads aren't busy yet, but they will be. Everybody wanting to start their weekend off. Before I got busy, I used to do a lot of the bike riding on the beach. Last couple of videos were all 360 degree videos. to be a first one. That's just forward facing. Getting up over this overpass. Swap the camera. All you got is the ground. It's no fun. Yeah, there's a couple cars coming off the interstate. This is always a pain in the neck because I mean, they're not obligated to slow down, but it just seems like they come off one right after the other. Shoot out here in front of this other car. How you guys doing this week? Just came back from Portugal last week. That's the first time I've ever been to Europe. I've went through it on airports, but I've never actually stepped foot in a European city. It was pretty good. It was nice, different. I enjoyed it. I was able to find a bicycle shop to rent a bike for a week for about $55. It was about 15 euros a day for 5 days. It came out to about $55 or so after the exchange rate. A little warm today. This is nice. A little bit of clouds. I don't know how many the temperature is. Probably guess probably 75, 80. This is where they across this part where they do a lot of they're building a lot of stuff around here. And there's rocks on the ground, and that's why I usually pop my tires. Try to get off the rear tire so I don't accidentally pop the. That's how I did it last time. And then before that, it was I think the tire was just getting old. Just needed to be replaced. Car was crossing the crosswalk, and I don't know if the guy didn't see me or didn't care, but I ended up having to lock up the brakes quick and kind of burnt through the tire into the tube and blew the tire, or the tube. Ended up having to walk the bike back. I didn't have a spare tire. I got spare stuff, or tire repair stuff with me now, but I didn't the first time. I was also on the old, the last fixie bike I rode, which was the 6KU. Right now I'm riding the Specialized Langster, I think it's the Sport. It's pretty nice, I like it. Aluminum frame, it's a compact frame. It rides pretty good, pretty light, about 5 pounds lighter than the 6KU, which is all chromoly steel. I don't know if I like the chest mount. I mean, I like the view from the chest mount. I like it on the head when doing a 360, like on my helmet, because you guys get a pretty good 360 view without any part of my body blocking the way. But I think for vlogging or live feeding, it's good probably on the handlebar. That way you can get the choice of flipping the camera back and forth. In chat, I can't even, or in the screen, I can't even see if there's chat going on. I don't know if it pops on the screen or not. Somebody's watching, just put something down. I don't know how to check if somebody's chatting or not. So you have to wait till I release the forward-facing video for you to get a view of my ride, the route I'm going, the direction I'm rolling. That was the other thing I like. I'd rather do the live feed. It's not that I don't want to edit. Just cutting it up and storing it and then uploading, it's just a big process. Almost much rather just turn it on and let it run, and you know, when I'm done riding, you guys see the end of it, and that's the end of the stream. I'm in this walkway park, I guess, a walking park along I-26 and behind Nexton. Comes out where Carolina Ale House and Starbucks. We'll cut through the little Nexton Foodery. At restaurants. Like I said, We were at Portugal last week. Managed to do 2 big bike rides. Went to a beach from Setúbal, which is the city we were staying in, and had to go there for work. Work was on the peninsula of Troia. And let's see, try to get the road exit. We rode there too. Rode around. It's supposed to be like converting everything to. Hang on, get across the street. To kind of like a tourist resort. Over there we found some old Roman ruins, a fishery. It's where they just raised fish to feed the Roman army back in 1st century AD through, I guess, around 6th or 7th century AD. So we saw the leftover ruins of those buildings. Bathhouses, showing the technology of the bathhouses, how they heated the water, how they fished and created like ketchup-like sauces, and I think a church and a gravesite. Nice Corvette. Oh shit, you guys, you changed your mind, dummy. This guy was gonna turn right on his light and decided to go straight, so naturally no one knows which way they're going. Massachusetts. He made it like he was going right, and instead went across the stop sign on the road. Paid no mind to me. Alright, this is the other spot where I blew a tire because there was a stone that I ran over and didn't see. So I think I probably put up about 25 or so, 30 miles riding in Portugal with a beat up. I think it was a Trek 29-inch mountain bike. Kind of squishy in the front. I don't know if maybe the rear derailleur needed to be adjusted, but it just was making clanky noises when I pedaled. It was fun, nonetheless. They seem to be much more bike friendly than here. You're trying to cross the crosswalk to get to a bike path. They had a lot of bike paths everywhere. A lot of parks. Wish we had more parks, more greenways, at least in between towns and stuff, because traffic is loud. Cars are loud. For the nice quiet ride. But sometimes you just don't have a choice. There's some of the spots where we put rocks down so that way the trucks won't get stuck if it gets muddy, and then when they roll out of these little spots it throws out these chunks of rocks that I ride like these little, almost a 1-inch wide tire, and you run over a stone, and I have a lot of weight on it, it usually pops. Try swapping out the inner tube to one of those TPU plastic inner tubes instead of there's a motorcycle coming. Don't want to, TPU to a rubber inner tube. Or the other way around. A little heavier. Or the TPUs are a lot lighter than the inner tubes, the rubber inner tubes. About 17 miles per hour right now. We're about 5.5 miles already. This part where I gotta wash out these people in the intersection. I don't think they're watching. If you don't make eye contact with them, that means they can't see you. It's the only way I can figure that they can't see me. The rest of the time they're looking the other way, and by the time I come right where they are, they decide to pull out. Every time. Every time. Riding downtown Charleston, I think, is a lot easier than riding at a place like here, because even though we have dedicated bike lanes, no one really pays attention to bicycles. They're too busy looking at their phones. I think September 1st, they just passed a law in South Carolina that you can't look at your phone. But since then, while you're driving, but since then, I still see people looking at their phone. All right, we're going through Harris Teeter's shopping center right now, parking lot. Cut through here. I like riding a fixie. Can't ride without brakes though. Not like the hipster kids that have to ride without a brake, or you're not cool. I'm almost 50 years old, and even though my legs are good, I'm just not quick to lock up my legs and do a brake skid on it. So I'd like to have the front brake at least. That's where I'm at with the brakes. Besides, I'm not no New York City courier. Some old guy riding on a bicycle to get something to do other than sit my butt all day. Traffic's already backing up. This is like going into Cane Bay through Nexton. It's like a bottleneck because it goes from one lane, or well, 2 lanes to 1 lane. So when everyone comes home at the same time, see that bottleneck's right about here. Of course, you know, you guys in the chat can't see it. You're looking at me. But take my word for it. I'd rather be riding a bike than sitting in that traffic. I always say, you're not in traffic, you are traffic. I'll probably go back to the beach. It's starting to cool off now. I like the beach ride. So I'd like to get a BMX bike that I can fool around on. Take it on we got some cheap dirt pump tracks, nothing big. I'm supposed to build one. I don't know if it's concrete or asphalt or whatever, but they're supposed to build one eventually. I'd like to get one. I got 2 fat tire bikes. Might keep one and sell the other. And I got a gravel bike I'll probably sell. Probably if I can get rid of those 2 the next week or 2, I'll look for a BMX, pretty good BMX bike. I would eventually like to get a different kind of big tire trail bike. I like the ice cream truck, just it doesn't roll very fast on the road. I always want something that can kind of do both. Something I could take off-road and ride it on the street. And I was kind of eyeballing the Krampus by Surly. Same one that made the ice cream truck. Kind of like that design. We call it a 29 plus tire, so it's a 29-inch tire, but you can probably have like, I think 2.5, 3-inch wide tires on there. I think the ones that they put on there are the Dirt Wizards. Kind of get the best of both worlds. Kind of a 700C size tire with or 650C with a really wide off-road tire. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fat tire bikes. I like the 26-inch or 27-inch with 4.6, 4.8-inch wide tires. I don't ever have any problems climbing and crawling through things. I deflate it to like 5 psi, ride it across the beach top. It's pretty good. It rides pretty good. I won't ever have any issues. I have more issues just having headwind more than anything. So what I'd like to do is I'll ride on the beach with tailwind, then come back on the road. I think so far I've done Sullivan's Island beach ride and a Isle of Palms beach ride. I mean, I've done Folly Beach, but not in the 360 view. So I'd like to go back and do that in the 360 camera. Just a week before last, I did the bike ride with the Holy City Spin group. We meet up at Shuggies on King Street at about 6:30, and they ride off They ride out about 7 o'clock and they go for about 10 miles. An easy ride, average of 10 miles per hour. They do it every Wednesday, rain or shine. It's pretty nice during Halloween and Christmas. Everyone lights up their bikes or gets dressed up. I didn't do it last year. I'll probably do it this year. See, I'm not busy. That's 16 miles per hour average, 7.62 miles per hour, or 7.64 miles so far. Up here's where I got my first blowout, and the guy kind of pulled out in front of me, and I had to lock up the brakes, and the old tires kind of skid through and popped the inner tube. Found a good Samaritan on a golf cart, and was kind enough to give me a ride. Let's see if this guy's gonna let me pass. Building the middle school here. If you're planning on moving to South Carolina, at least in the Charleston area, don't. It is overly crowded. The roads are really bad. The interstate's really bad. If you work downtown, you want to live up the highway. There's not enough schools. You keep building schools, but there's not enough teachers. The teachers don't seem to get paid very well, so it just seems like a brutal mess. We homeschool, so my wife homeschools the kids. It's another school that they're going to have barely enough room to fit people in. They keep building more houses. Building more houses, more apartments. Cost of living is going up. Like an average apartment, maybe 2 bedrooms, is going to cost you around $2,500 to $3,500, which to me that's a lot of money. Unless you're a rich guy that wants to buy a tiny apartment, I don't think it's worth it. I've had my house for almost 24 years, still not paid off. We were fortunate enough to get it financed for a real cheap interest rate. As you can see, all these wooded areas, they're not going to keep them as woods. House builders going to want to make money. The city and the county want to make money. So they're going to convert all this into either apartments or houses or something. It's going to be expensive to live here is all I'm saying. See how my battery life is on this camera. That's about halfway. Battery on the Insta360 is pretty good. If I don't have to edit, the better. I can just do the whole thing uncut. I'll just, an hour and a half rides is almost like 100 gigs of footage. Hour and a half, 2 hour ride. So I just gotta, when I go in and edit, just put directional lock on it. I export it. I guess since I'm filming it in, well, it's not really, I'm filming this in 360, but I'm gonna post-process it just forward view because it'd be pointless for you to see my chest. So I got chest mounted. It's all right. Surprised I don't see that many people on this path. Usually I see another biker, golf cart, or a runner. not that hot. Needed to pull off another 20-mile ride. I've been only doing 10s every once in a while. Maybe when it cools off, I'll do another half century on a fixed. Last time it took about 4 hours to do that. 4 hours and 20 something minutes. I was so tired. I had to stop a lot. My legs were cramping towards the last 5 miles. A 20-mile ride, I'll probably burn about 1,000 calories. That's what I needed to do. I ate a whole bunch of pizza before I got on the bike. I brought my cell phone mount a different time when I can set up horizontally. See my bike ride. Alright, about an hour of riding. Put in about an hour. I know about the first 10 minutes me trying to fiddle with the trying to get the Insta360 app to work with the YouTube live stream. It seems to work all right with Facebook, but I was wanting to do it with YouTube. It wasn't cooperating, so I'll probably have to goof with it when I go back to the house. If not, I might just have to stick to regular footage and upload it. It's just better quality. Coming up to an intersection light. Another one of those lights that I don't know, sometimes it's hit and miss whether they want to let you pass or not. Some people are nice and generous. Sometimes they're not. So we'll see. Also, I got this sharp turn, hard to see. All right, go towards Cane Bay now. Like 40 million houses in Cane Bay, only 2 exits, maybe 3. That's another neighborhood. It's just too darn big, too big. They don't have enough room for all their kids in their high school either. It's like all these people move in, have high school kids, and they're late on the roster, late on moving. They may not be able to get their kid in school. And That means they gotta put them in a different school that they have to properly drive them to. Not happy about that. People find out when they move in the neighborhood. So yeah, if you want to move in this area, you better find out you got room to put your kid in it. Or else you're gonna be driving your kid to another school, unless they're old enough to drive themselves. Oh, hey, car. Wasn't ready for that one. Should have been, but an hour, 2 minutes, 10 miles traveled. Go around the back way through Cane Bay. Probably be almost when these kids get let out to school. These kids are in school. It's always fun slaloming through school. I don't know when they get off of school. Oh, school bus. See if I can cut in front of it. Build more commercial buildings over here just means more traffic. I don't think there's any way around all the traffic. It's like you need money to pay for everything. In order to get money to pay for everything, you gotta have houses for people to move in and pay for everything. More houses, more buildings, more roads, more traffic. More houses, more buildings, more roads, more traffic. Never ends. It's just a cycle. Coming up to a stoplight to get into Cane Bay. And we'll give you some time to drink some water before the light comes on. Ugh. Genius. Pure genius. There you go. Run up that T-square. Should be exciting. Boom. See if I can make it up this thing. Hoo-ah. little traffic. The gas station, Publix. Play that Leonard Skinner. Sweet home Alabama. Being a Tennessee fan, hard song to sing. No cars. There's so much cars. Cars, golf carts. Hey. I don't know how many times I almost get hit by a golf cart out on this path. No more motorcycles. Here we go. It's always fun. Oh yeah, get hit by a motorcycle. It's always fun. Yeah. Before I start heading back, I want to go check how this battery's doing on this 360. I don't really feel like switching out batteries. This looks like it's almost dead. Cable for my battery. Let's carry an extra battery. We gotta stop the recording. Oh, this lady's gonna. Hey, no, she's gonna let me go through or not. Can't really tell anymore. Some are so preoccupied with their cell phones. Glad you guys are along for the ride, listening to me talk to myself. I don't normally talk. I usually do a lot of thinking. This is my opportunity to do it, thinking out loud. Out loud thinking. Sometimes what I'll listen to is I'll listen to the Bible, listen to a book. Still trying to get to learn and understand a good book. I think right now I've gotten through like James and Ephesians. Kind of just reading and studying it, and studying and reading, kind of understand everything about it. I'm gonna get to a point where I can memorize verses. You know, part of a small group that going through the chapters of Ephesians. I think it's called like spiritual warfare, putting on your your armor, your biblical armor. Pretty good. Oh, I'm glad they opened this up. I've been building new apartments over here, and they had the sidewalk blocked for a while there. Looks like the sidewalk's open back up again. As you can tell, there's more apartments. Probably between $2,500 to $3,500 a room. Whatever. A unit. It's like about, I don't know, 1, 2, I don't know how many units, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, maybe 20 on the bottom, and there's 3 floors, so that's 60, at least 60. There's like about 10 buildings, so that's 600 units, something like that. I don't know, that's not the accurate count, but you know, you get the idea. To me, like the average household has like 3 cars. You know, there's like, let's say 100 houses, that's 300 cars. You know, I mean, maybe that's just assuming like the husband has a car and the wife has a car, and maybe there's one like a toy car, a third car, or a motorcycle, or maybe if they got a teenage, you know, kid that drives, that's 3 cars. Or a roommate. I mean, potentially 2 to 3 cars per unit. I only named off 100 units, that's 300 cars. You get 500 units, it's like 1,500 cars, is that right? That's my math right? They're building more over here, a bunch of them there, probably another 2,000 units. It's like 6,000 cars. And then we still got like all these 2-lane roads everywhere. Traffic. Tons of traffic. This is why I want to live downtown or close to work, because it's too expensive. If you take $2,000 to $3,000 for an apartment over here, how much do you think it is when it's closer to downtown and congested areas? A lot more down there for sure. Coming up the next scene, we're leaving Cane Bay and coming back to Nexton Parkway. Oh shit! Potentially hit this button. Cross on this sidewalk. So eventually I'll get the light. They don't run me over in the process. Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful. It's beautiful. I think the half the reason why I got this camera rolling is so that way if somebody hits me, I got some evidence, right? Some evidence. Where am I at? An hour and 15 minutes on almost 13 miles traveled. We're on the downward slope now, and then back to the hood. You know, today is 11 months since I had a drip of alcohol. 11 months. October 19th will be 1 year. 1 year since I had alcohol. Can you believe that? Looking back, I don't actually miss it. Plus, save a lot of money. Alcohol is expensive. I think just cheap beer is like $15 for a 12-pack. That's cheap beer. Cheap beer 20 years ago used to be like $9 for a 12 pack. Expensive beer is like $20 for a 6-pack. Non-alcoholic beer is like $20 for a 12-pack. Non-alcoholic beer. That's non-alcoholic beer. It costs almost as much as regular beer. Almost like it's cheaper just to drink alcohol. But, you know, I guess it's cheaper than non-alcoholic. It's water. I'm drinking a lot of water with those flavor squeezers. Pretty good. I like the sweet tea one. I think I got like 54 followers now on YouTube. It's hard to put out, you know, like camping content like I want to, like bike packing. Watch these other bike packers out there. And when I was in Portugal, I saw some bike packers. Hold on, Sleazy, let me through. Thank you. Bunch of bike packers in Portugal going across the ferry. A couple from, I think, Seattle, Washington, or somewhere on the West Coast. Him and his wife retired. So all they do is bike pack through Europe. It's really nice. I don't know if I can get my wife to do that. I think I ran into a Finnish guy from Finland. So you rather bike pack, save the money to do a bike pack trip than pay for a vacation, because that's pretty good vacation. You get to go at your own pace. You see a lot more. It's probably a little more enjoyable. I wouldn't mind doing that. I would like to bike pack across Europe. I guess the Eurovelo. It's pretty known for a lot of bike packing trips in Europe. I asked a lot of the Europeans if they would like to bike in the United States. They're not really interested because they know it's not very safe to ride on. That's why I like to stick to, you know, trails, bike paths on trails. Here in South Carolina, we have the Palmetto Trail. It's like, I think like 270, almost around 270 miles from the upstate down to the coast. It's really nice. I mean, I've done about 75 miles of it, which was along the water, lake, and the swampland. It's getting warm now. Should have wore a short sleeve shirt. Ooh. Ouch. About 5 more miles left on this trip. $20 miles ain't too bad. 15 miles, hour and 21 minutes. Kind of slow. Oh, I keep forgetting that it includes my 20 minutes of trying to get the thing working. That's the regular timer. I thought I had a traveling timer on here. That's the timer that just tells me how much I traveled while moving timer. $342. This is all on a single speed, folks. Fixed gear, single speed. Legs keep moving, never stops. Other than if I'm at the light. Got clipless shoes on. Sporting Adidas Velo Sambas. Look like Sambas, but they have the, I think, the SPD clips at the bottom. And my feet are always attached to the pedals. I'm feeling it now. Feeling it. Been riding a lot of 10 milers lately. I haven't pulled off a 20 mile in a little while, other than while we were in Portugal. But that one was a lot of hills. It was only a 15-mile bike ride, but lots of hills. It's exhausting. I wonder if I could take this live video and superimpose it over the Insta360 video on my chest. You know, kind of got a best of both. And see the bike ride on the left, and chat on the right. We'll see how that turns out. Starting to get dark early. Sunset's around 7:30. So if I want to push a hour and a half, 20-mile bike ride, I gotta start around 6:30 if I want to make it back by dark. It'd be cool if they made a bike path on the other side. Just kind of change the scenery. Wouldn't mind riding back on the other side. This one day I guess I could take you on a 25-mile, 40K up to the top of Cane Bay. Well, the scenery's not all that great. I mean, it's a neighborhood. I enjoy biking through like a little bit busy city, along the beach. It's nice outside. These are pretty good for just straightforward rides, nothing fancy. Guess I wish there was more. That way it changes it up. It's not the same. If I want to ride somewhere else, I got to drive there. Traffic over here is starting to get backed up too. Trying to make a left-hand turn on 2-lane road. A couple cars trying to make a left-hand turn. And we got the oncoming traffic, makes it hard for them to make that turn. So I can get that gap. This is what I get worried about, because then, look at this, I got a school bus blocking me. And this guy's wanting to shoot the gap. Yeah, sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not. So there we go. Today they're nice. It's tough when you're on a clipless bike or clipless pedals and you're like on the verge of eject mode, so you can get out of the clip so you don't fall over with the bike still attached to your feet. Done that several times. Other times it happens when I'm like going through really soft ground on these skinny tires. Oh yeah, they suck. Still pedaling. Let's see if I can get around this car. It's kind of blocking the path. Happens more than most. Good thing you got a bike, so you just get around it. I used to get mad. I don't get mad anymore. It's pointless to get mad. They don't know any better, and I don't want to seem like some entitled bicyclist. I'm supposed to have that liberation, that freedom feeling. You don't get that when you're getting aggravated. I'm trying to lower my blood pressure and heart rate, not raise it. I find it kind of therapeutic just talking to thin air. And get some stuff off my chest, kind of feeling. Maybe when I get more comfortable, I'll just talk. Talk. It'd be nice to talk to someone. If I could see you chatting. I don't see any chat. I don't have anyone watching me. Who wants to watch this boring guy on a bicycle riding in a boring town? Want to fix the brakes. You can watch some guys that are riding through New York with no brakes. Just getting hit by cars. Isn't that more exciting? It's like you're anticipating the worst that can happen. I don't want the worst to happen. I like riding my bike. I don't want to get hit by a car. I don't think that's what you want to see. You don't want to see that. You want to see somebody getting hurt on their bike. If they get hurt, you won't get to watch them anymore. Got me thinking I'm the fraud, and you might be the reason. Oh yeah, 16.7 miles, hour and a half. Hour and a half since I started. Not necessarily an hour and a half of bike riding. I think it's about an hour and 10 minutes of bike riding. It's been a while since I've done 20 miles, so I'm probably riding a little slower than the usual pace that I normally do. That's all right. It's a beautiful day. The weather's not super hot. Traffic doesn't seem too awfully loud. Seems like I had the path to myself. I don't see any cars or golf carts or anything. It's been pretty pleasant. We make our way back through Nexton. I guess we are in Nexton now. The Nexton Eatery, where all the foodie stuff is. There's a Bad Daddy Burgers. You can make your own hamburger. You can get one of their own pre-made concoctions. You got Paul's Chop House, super expensive steak with pretty decent service, pretty good service. You like all that fancy service? Expensive food. The steak you can get for like a tomahawk for like $120 or $150, something like that. Then you got a side that would feed probably 3 people for 15 bucks. There's no smaller serving than that. So if you wanted 2 sides like greens and potatoes, you can spend $30. Then, if you want something to drink, like me, I'll just get like a water. But other people that like to drink alcohol, pay the alcohol price is probably like $12 for a martini, $8 for a beer. You can't drink just one, you gotta drink like 4 or 5 of them, so it's almost half your meal. And appetizers, get full off the bread. There's other restaurants in there, I can't remember, like Viva La Chicken, Taco Boy. It's a sports bar called a Sports Book. You do like American bar foods, hamburgers, chicken wings, chicken tenders, salads, that sort of thing. Probably fish and chips. This is that 4 o'clock everyone come home traffic. So we can make it home without getting ran over by several cars at the same time. All right, so far so good. Across the sidewalk. Cars go like 50 miles per hour on this road. I don't particularly want to ride alongside those guys while they're staring at their cell phone, what they're not supposed to be doing. I wonder, I guess there's one with their cell phone in her hand. There's one with their cell phone in their hand. No one doesn't have a cell phone in their hand. See, I just looked over and saw 3 cars and 2 of them had cell phones in their hand. Not supposed to drive with cell phone. It's illegal. You get a ticket in South Carolina if you get caught. There we go. There's another guy blocking the road. So I'll stand right next to him. She ain't paying no damn attention anyway. Oh, it's all good. I can cross. There ain't nobody coming. Except for this truck coming towards me. Here, I'm gonna look at. I don't want to look at her cell phone. Nope, nope, nope. Yep. Yep. Nope. 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 About 50-50. Oh, wait, car. Somebody look through. Thank you. Mighty kindly. Like a Harris Teeter. Tell you what, having a single speed, it's hard to get going. Just stop. can see there's a bunch of traffic. Everybody's moving away. All right. Whew. Oh man, warm water is good. It's a long light. Really long light. All right, I gotta wait for this turning lane light to do this thing. Yeah, this motorcycle, I've been riding with him the entire way. Made it all the way to this intersection before he did. You got me thinking, if I'm the problem, then you might be the reason. Oh, I got a light, thanks. There's a jerk that was looking left. Of course, you know, I get the crosswalk, but you don't care. They don't care. They just care about themselves. They're just selfish drivers. Yeah, I just rode through a puddle of water. Cold water ran up my leg. Oh, pretty good. All right, this road's about 35 miles per hour for cars, and sometimes if I can get it going, I get it about 20, but I feel like pumping it right now. It's gonna. We got 18 and a half. You got me thinking, if I'm the problem, then you might be the reason. Bumpy. Doberman. This dog's probably gonna run after me, I'm sure. I don't like bikes. More clearing out. Probably more businesses. Sure, a storage unit or something. Commercial businesses. Car coming. Does he see me? Excuse me. Can't see them because they got super dark tinted windows. Another car coming, but I don't know if they see me. She's rolling like she doesn't. Rolls like she doesn't care. Hello. She couldn't wait a couple seconds. Just had to get out there. Have a dance before the bicyclist comes by. Got me thinking. Find a problem, then you gotta be the reason. Back where we were, next to a little eatery. This is that Hall's Chop House on the right. I like this Ever Creamer. Their ice cream's pretty good. Let's see here. We got the sports book here on the right. That sports bar. What else we got? We got Walk and Roll. I think it's like stir-fry noodles. Cigar place called King's Leaf. Bad Daddy Burgers. Vicious Biscuit. Down over there is Taco Boy, Pigtails and Crew Cuts. I guess that's haircuts for kids. Ninja Gymnastics, they were closed. This looks like a gym over here. There's a lion on it. Bold Fitness. True Carts, because you know people love golf carts. Another gym, Fuji, Sushi, Grill, Yoga. There used to be a bicycle place right here called Bicycle Shop, Cyclist Shop, something like that. Every time I went in there, man, they never had anything. It's like always an you know, every time I go in there, oh, we gotta order it. So I can order it. I'll order online. I'll order to pick it up here. They never have it. Never have anything in stock. So every time I go in there, I don't have nothing. Can't get bearings. Nope. Gotta order that. Can I get some brakes? No. Can I get some inner tubes? No. I don't have anything in there, so. All I do is fix bikes, but I can fix my own bike. Oh shit, the guy's stopping, thank you. Oh yeah, the Carolina Ale House. Behind it is Starbucks. Heard somebody chattering. A lady with her dog talking on the phone. Arms are tired. Where am I at now? An hour and 46 minutes. almost 20 miles. We're 19.87 miles now. It's almost 20 miles. Sidewalk's kind of bumpy. All the roots and the trees pushing it up. 20 miles. 22 minutes and 52 seconds to do 5 miles. Loud motorcycles. Gotta save my energy. I gotta go over this last overpass. It's usually the part that kicks my butt. Kind of just taking my time now, save my energy. That way when I get up to that, I have enough energy to get myself up and over the hill. So I'll just coast through here. Hopefully the mic picks up good. I haven't had really any issues with the microphone. That's built into the thing. As long as it's pointing towards me, or at least near me. We'll find out, I guess. It's not like I have a boom mic or a lapel mic. If it doesn't sound that good, I guess I will. Maybe. If I get another 50 followers, subscribers, or whatever, something like that. Oh. Am I walking the sidewalk? Thinking if I'm the problem, you might be the reason. It's Morgan Wallen, lady with a broke down car. I think it was like 5 degrees, 10 degrees cooler. Didn't feel so bad. $21 miles. 21. I think probably get about 23 miles. It's an hour, 51 minutes now. They're recording for an hour and 31 minutes, so that's about actually an hour and 30 minutes of riding since I started recording. Kind of when I started. I said, you know, screw it, we'll start recording this view. Selfie view with the trees in the sky. Clearing out this area, probably more apartments, stores, gas stations, rocks. Coming up on the overpass over the interstate, where we at home. See if I got enough energy to pump myself up over this overpass. I also got to get through all this traffic, so I'm clip here. I got enough room to, so I got enough time to break through. All right, that was nice timing. Here we go. Oh, all right, top of the hill. Coming down on our final descent. Whew. This is the overpass, I-26. Going into Somerville. Broken glass. Don't want to run over that. I'll shoot this gap. Cars wanting to come in. Buttholes. Usually have enough gap. Shoot between. There we go. All right, we made it. 22 miles. By the time I hit the neighborhood, it'll be almost 23. 3. Well, I appreciate you riding with me. Hopefully I can get the camera work all situated. That way you get a better view of the bike ride. Unless you don't mind looking at me. At least he gave me somebody to talk to, even if it was talking to myself. But feel free to like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Try to ride every day if I'm not busy. I try to make time. This is also a test so I can see if the audio works. You can hear me. All these cars driving by is too noisy. I don't know. Microphone's like 50 bucks. All right. There's that metal thing on the ground. I don't see. This is Felix. Van is not going to see me. All right. Through. Final stretch. I think I'll hit 23 miles per hour on the way in. My feet are getting tired. Like pins and needles on my toes. This road's all bumpy. It's not really a road, it's a sidewalk. It's not level. It used to be level. Well, we are suburbia, Charleston suburbia, called Somerville. Took you through Nexton via the Nexton Parkway, all the way through a little bit of Cane Bay, and back out to Somerville. Looks like it was about a 23-mile ride. Took about an hour and 40 minutes. Probably would have took less time if I was more conditioned. But get back into it. Now the weather's cooling off. All right, folks. Friends. Follow me for next time. Give me something else to talk about. I'll catch you later. Have a good day.